Hey, Vinyl Community, Jeff back again with a little video on some things I recently picked up that I will give you the story behind. Basically, a couple videos ago showed where I had acquired a collection of the Christian rock and metal from the 80s from a friend, Robbie. Some of that I did move on to one guy and recuperated some of the money that I had invested in that. Some of the things I put on Discogs for sale. And a couple of those items sold this past week. Actually to a viewer of mine here who had saw the original video. So in my mind, I thought, let's keep it in the system. It's already in the Discogs system. Let's keep it in the system and roll it over and buy something on Discogs from my wish list. So a couple things, I scanned through it looking for, inexpensive things, looking for good deals. And an album popped up that I've had on my wish list. It's been out for 2 years. I've been on the fence about getting. I heard samples. I didn't really like it. I never stopped to listen to the whole album. But I kind of had a negative attitude towards it. But then I saw it for a really good price. And I thought, okay, I'm going to go ahead and get it because I'm a fan of the band. So, I'm ultimately going to get it. I'm sure. It was just whether I was waiting for the price to drop, and it never really dropped on Amazon. And so I thought, well, here we go. I'll roll the money over into that and reinvest it in that. So what I'm talking about is the symphonic Def Leppard album that came out in 2023. I had heard Pour Some Sugar on Me and a couple other clips, and I was just like, it just didn't feel right. But I got to admit, now after owning it and listening to it in its entirety, which I guess I should have done before I really made a judgment call, it's a really good album. It came out really well. I still think Pour Some Sugar to Me is probably the worst track, and I don't like the version they did. I don't like how they tried to turn it into some duet ballad. But other than that, the rest of the album, I was really impressed with how well it came off. The production sounds great. The band sounds great. The vocals sound great. Everything, it sounds great. And the price, I found a copy still sealed for barely $20. I was impressed enough to go ahead and grab it. And yeah, I'm glad to have it. It's a double record set with, I got the black. I think there are some colors out there. It's a double record gatefold. I won't show all of that, but it's the stuff. But yeah, they do some really good renditions of their songs, and every band's done this symphony thing, it seems like. I mean, I don't know, Metallica, Dream Theater, Kiss, everybody has done the symphony thing 10, 20 years ago. Def Leppard's catching up now, and they're doing theirs. And like I say, at first, I didn't like it at all, the pieces I heard, but now I'm sold, and I think it's really good. So I'm just curious, how many of you out there took the plunge, got this? What do you think of it? What are your overall thoughts? I'd love to hear it. The other thing I got is a band that I had digital tracks from years ago in people trading digital tracks before I got into vinyl. Know nothing about the band. I assumed based on some of the lyrics that they might have and maybe somebody traded them to me as a Christian band, but I'm not thinking that they are, but their lyrics kind of remind me like Trouble. They sing a lot of biblical type themes. Anyway, Angel of Mercy, I don't know much about them. They're a Las Vegas band. From what I've read, they started in 1980, took them 7 years to record this album. They released it in 87, didn't really get signed to anything major, and just kind of disappeared. And the album has since become a cult classic, and the original pressings are very expensive. This is a Shadow Kingdom reissue of 2018, and I got it for under $20, double record set. I was surprised to get it for that cheap because, Shadow Kingdom is not like they're pressing thousands of these. And the first album, the first disc, it's a blue and black splatter. First disc is the original album remastered and everything. Second disc is a bunch of studio tracks that they recorded prior to the album, which are some versions of the same songs that came to the album. There's some other things that were from another studio session, I think at a later date. Was it in the 90s? And then there's a song on here from 2015, which means that they must have gotten some of the guys at least back together. It's only a 3-piece band, back together to re-record one of the songs from back in the day. So yeah, I don't know a whole lot about the band. I did locate the singer. He still seems active out there playing music, and I found him on Facebook. And so I have given some thought to maybe seeing if he'd be up for an interview and get him on here as a Zoom call or something and find out some history behind the band, some ideas behind, you know, the lyrical content. I'm curious about that, the spiritual aspects of some of that. And just, you know, where are they now type thing. And, you know, because I don't know a whole lot about the band and I don't know if anybody else does. Maybe I'm just unaware. But great album, great price. I really enjoyed it. Like I say, very much kind of a classic rock, Nawabum type feel of style of music. So impressive. I thought it was good, and it's a great reissue. So I'm happy with that. So anyway, that's all for this one. If you have any information about the band you'd like to share, let me know. Maybe you already know. Maybe you know something more about them than I do. I just was impressed to grab that for a good price. And what are your thoughts on the Def Leppard one? Did you pick it up? Why not? And I'll see you later. Rock on and rock hard.